Hello, hello, hello. Helps if I can find the scene to click over to. Hello everyone, kia ora. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. Smalt, congratulations on getting first. And Sammy, thank you for resubbing back to the G Squad. 15 months, oh my god. And Smalt getting a 10 stream watch streak as well. So much, so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sammy, enjoy your continued room in the retirement home. The emotes, you know the deal. You know how this works. You've been doing it for 15 months. You know. Oh, I'm already regretting headphones. Oh, I thought I would try the headphones today. Already regretting them. And the good vibes. I hope you're all feeling the good vibes. I am feeling pretty good today. I woke up rather early again. Spent some time pottering around and then got up and made Samsara and myself some breakfast, which was delicious. And then we just watched some YouTube videos. And then I was like, oh crap, stream. Better go and get ready. Which basically was just flop out of bed after eating breakfast, set up stream, and here we are. But yes, we are going to be carrying on with our forest intelligence. I did quickly, I think I activated everything before stream because I forgot to, I based everything last time, but I hadn't actually finished activating all the Inktense, so I just quickly activated the last little bits before we went live. It is dry, but I may have missed a couple, but I think I've got everything activated. So now the goal is to start adding in more depth, more shadows, more highlights, start bringing this into a bit more three-dimensional. We'll start pulling out Poscas and start creating a bit of, well, we're going to get some shine reflect here, a bit of more dimension and depth and start highlighting things out. So a lot of that is Posca work and a bit of Polychromos, but with the base it's a lot quicker than if I just worked with the pencils. I also will need to figure out exactly what we're going to do for certain areas. I do know that I think I want to bring in some gold to the dots of the head here, but a lot of this is just going to be figure it out as we go along. We just figure it out. That's what we do. Yeah, it's been pretty chill here. Did a bunch of colouring again last night. Yeah, not really a lot to report. Just, yes, Friday was a very short stream because I was still very much in recovery. We got a little bit done, but it was only a 2-hour stream because of recovering from the bus trip. Feeling a bit better today. We do have a few things to do today because, of course, tomorrow is Sammy's surgery day, so at some point we do have to do some groceries and bits and pieces just so that everything's ready to go tomorrow. So it won't be an 18.5 hour long stream, let's put it that way. I am hoping maybe at some point Sammy might join me for some colouring, but she's got a few things to do today as well. You never know, she can do what she needs to do. So yeah, we're just going to start. What am I going to start with? If I don't have headphones on, I can't hear the sound alerts. Happy, happy, joy, 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 happy, joy, 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 doodle doo doo. Hey Pat, how you going? Do 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 do. What did I actually use to shade? I think I just pulled out purple and then pretty sure I just used black and purple to shade the trees, and then we just pulled out pink Posca to highlight. I know I started with black, so we'll just start with some black, you know? We'll just start with the basics. Where are we gonna start? Do, 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 Where are we going to start? Let's start up here. Make sure we're actually in frame and we're not blown out too much. The lights are pretty close today, so let's just bring those back up a bit. And it's not a little bit of my face. Yeah. You did start the streaming thing. Yay! Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you for helping me. OBS was actually pretty easy. Yeah, it's not as straightforward as Streamlabs, because Streamlabs is just like press a couple buttons and it does most of it for you. But it is pretty straightforward, especially with the help of YouTube videos out there. So I'm glad it worked and I'm glad you got to do it. I'll have to check you out. I think I did see a message in the Discord, but I was just in the middle of a ton of stuff yesterday. So I don't think... I was like, I have to note this. And then I put it on my list to update the G Squad alerts. So, yeah. It's on the list. But I hope it went well. And welcome to the streaming world. And yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm definitely better than Friday. We had a very short stream on Friday because of recovery from the bus trip. So just me, is the music very loud today? Let me know. And then, yeah, just a lot of like little things that we were doing yesterday. Just lots of pottering around. Sammy streamed and then ended up joining Vi on her stream. I was doing a ton of colouring because I felt deprived of colouring because I didn't really colour. I didn't colour at all on Thursday with the bus trip, and then Friday I had the small mini stream, and then that was about it because that was all I could manage because I was in recovery. So yeah, I was just like, Saturday was just like, I just need to colour. I miss it. Ooh, Sammy's on a 7 stream streak. Heck yeah. Streak, streak, streak. Crystals. Crystals are gorgeous. I love the way light reflects in crystals. BD! Hello, BD. How are you, lovely? How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good time zone. So because we've got a lot of the base layer down, all we really have to do is the darks and the lights. Like we've got all our mid-tones in there. It's really just pushing those shadows and highlights. So that's what we're aiming for with this. And that's why I love chucking down a base layer, because it really just speeds up the process. Because if I had to sit here and pedantically colour to make sure I completely covered up the two for the page, it takes so long. You'll know, I have done that before on stream. But because I chucked down the Inktense layer first, it is much, much quicker. And while speed isn't everything, I do get bored, so it does make things a lot more interesting for me. Better today, less pain? Heck yeah. I love that for you. I'm also in less pain today, so yay, let's celebrate the good day. I actually woke up feeling pretty reasonable today, which is nice because Sammy was still asleep, so I could surprise her with breakfast in bed, which is nice. I made what I call an egg dump. Which is basically, I just find whatever in the fridge, fry it in a pan, pour some eggs on top. Kind of tried to fold it like it was an omelette. Some might call it a crustless quiche. Some might call it an egg bake. I don't know. I call it an egg dump because I dump whatever I've got in the fridge in there with some eggs. I make a lot of meals that I call a dump, which seems really awful to call food, but it's a really accurate way of how I explain my cooking, which is look in the fridge, see what I've got, dump it together and make a meal. Egg fried fridge stuff. Exactly. There was some sweet potato, or kumara, as we call it here. Some cherry tomatoes, some spinach, some ham, some onion. On Sammy's, I put some cheese, and then on mine, I put some gochujang. So mine was spicy. Sammy does like spicy food, but not first thing in the morning, which is valid. I eat spicy food all the time. Yeah, it was pretty tasty, but it was also really nice to be able to wake Sammy up and be like, hey, sorry to wake you, but I got food. She's got this lovely habit of bringing me coffee in bed sometimes, so it was nice to sort of be the one to be able to pay her back, because usually I'm not the first one up, usually. If you want it to sound fancy, you call it a frittata. Yeah. That is the fancy. And I did put sweet potato in there. Frittata traditionally, I think, has normal potatoes. So, yeah. It's probably not like official frittata or anything. Again, I just call it egg dump because it really is what it is. Find ingredients, dump it in a fry pan, add egg. It's like my soups. Find ingredients, add stock, soup. It's my stews. Find ingredients, add gochujang, stew. I make a lot of dump meals. I call also like frozen food from a bag in the freezer. They're dump meals because you just dump it in the air fryer. And then I dump some salad from a bag. It's a dump meal. Dump really works well to describe my food. Amy is just the dump queen. Yep. Dump and cook. Look, I love cooking. I love balancing flavors, but I'm also realistic in the fact that, you know, I don't always have the spoons to sit there for 2.5 hours to make the most gourmet of things. So
It ends up the same in the end.
it certainly does. Right, now I am fairly confident I used the fluoro pink. We're gonna find out. Yeah, it was the fluoro pink. I think my fluoro pink Posca is actually running out a little bit. I did use it a lot on the Rose Unicorn page, so I wouldn't be surprised. I probably need to go through and check all my Poscas because I think there's a few of them that are running low. Though I now have another pale yellow one thanks to Sammy because she found it. Can never ever find that one in stock anywhere. And even when she found it, they only had 2 in the whole display. Everything else had tons, except for the pale yellow.
And only one at that size.
Yeah, and only one at the 1ml size. Right, the music is a little loud for me, so I am just going to turn it down my end. Let me know if the music's too loud for you. It feels very loud to me. Probably because Spotify has jumped back up to max on my end. Right, that should be a little better. I did do a sound check. I always do a sound check before I go live, but like different songs sometimes have different levels as well, and sometimes the level of whatever I'm measuring against isn't the same as everything else. So it's like, adjust. Do, 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 do. The music is competing with you? Okay, I'll turn it down slightly. Because the point is to have music be more chill and quiet. Like it's there, but I don't want it dominating you, you know? It's just a background element. Just so there's no awkward silences when I forget to talk or run out of things to talk about or just move into the zone and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm streaming. Do, do, do. Oh, no, you're still charging. So yeah, that's kind of what we'll be aiming for our trees, just a bit of contrast. I think I went a little heavy on the purple, but that's okay. This section's in a lot more shadow than everywhere else. We can always just add in some more pink. Because like, our trees are mostly pink. Oh, can't believe how close we are to finishing like this planet. It's just this and double page spread. Well, no, not really, because I've technically only finished 2, working on the 3rd, and he's still like, okay, I'm not even halfway through the planet. It just feels like it's close to finishing the planet, because once I've done this one, I only need to go back to the double page spread with this palette, because this is such a zoom in, so that doesn't necessarily have to be exactly the same, because we're zooming right in. I'll still probably use some colours similar, but we can also experiment a little bit with the colours. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to carry on with the next one or go back to the double page spread just while the colours are fresh in my mind. It may be worthwhile to go back to the double page spread. Does it take a while to have like at least 2 average viewers because I'm an impatient person? Yeah. It does. It takes a long time. Honestly, Pat, one of the best advice you can have is turn off the viewers. Don't look at the numbers. Just stream as if you've got nobody and everybody watching. Because it takes time to build up an audience. I mean, keep in mind, I've been streaming since 2016 on and off, so numbers take a long time to build, and if you're focused on the numbers, you'll probably never be happy. You need to stream for why you enjoy streaming. Even with the numbers that I get here, I still have days where it's very quiet and no one's talking, and I still have to be entertaining. But I don't stream for the numbers. I stream because I genuinely enjoy what I'm doing. And there's also a thing about, yeah, you can keep talking, you can keep asking about it. Feel free to keep talking about it. There is a thing about streaming as well where, like, you can tell when someone is genuinely enjoying what they're doing versus someone who's just streaming for some other reason, you know? I can tell when someone's streaming a game that they genuinely enjoy or they're loving the process of what they're doing. And that, as a viewer, is also a lot more enjoyable. And you will build an audience because you're enjoying it as well. So yeah, because I know sometimes people are like, oh, but this is the most popular game to stream, but I don't really care about the game. It's like, well, don't stream it. Like, stream what you love to do. Because you will find people who also love what you love to do, and then you will build up a genuine audience. It is better to have, you know, 2 people who are genuinely there for your content because they love what you do and they love watching what you do, versus 10 people who are just there because you're playing a game but don't care about you or the content, because they're not going to come back when you do other things. Yeah. You have no idea what to stream, or what do you like? Do you want to stream games? Do you want to stream art? Do you want to stream... I mean, there's a category for everything on here, basically. Like, colouring isn't a huge field on Twitch. Colouring in adult colouring books is not a huge field, but it's what I love to do. And I am building an audience based on colouring. And we get not just people who like adult colouring, we get all sorts of people. And so when I tell people I stream adult colouring on Twitch, they're like, seriously? There's an audience for that? And I'm like, you'd be surprised. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to close the curtain because it's coming in a little too bright over there now and blowing us out. If you write misspelled backwards, it's misspelled. Jester, welcome in. Bonk, bonk, bonk. You lost your pinky emotes? No. I want to do gaming. Well, there you go. So there's a start. You know, you want to play video games and stream video games. Then it's just a choice of figuring out what games do you love to play and that you want to stream. Because also, I think the type of games that you stream would also kind of dictate how you stream. Like, game streamers who stream Stardew Valley are very different from game streamers that stream, like, Call of Duty. You know, like, these... I'm not saying you can't do both, but there's a difference in, like, chill gaming versus high-intensity gaming versus, like, collaborative gaming. So that can also dictate a little bit how things are. Yeah, just imagine. You've got imagination powers, Jester. Also, how are you? Welcome in. I hope you're having a good time, Zone. I like playing Genshin Impact, Minecraft, and Roblox. Well, there you go. There's a lot of people that stream Minecraft on here, and it can be just building, it can be the playing, you know, any of those. Thank you for shouting out Pingy. We adore Pingy here. Pingy is a gorgeous, gorgeous streamer. You've been in Kentucky since Wednesday? I like Minecraft and Roblox. There you go. So fun fact, I've never played Minecraft or Roblox. I've seen a few people play Minecraft. And when I first brought my Switch, it came with Minecraft for free, and I immediately took that back to the store and swapped it for Animal Crossing. Roblox is like Netflix, but with games. Oh. I feel like I've heard Sammy mention Roblox before because I think the child likes playing Roblox. Pat, or Call Me Sam Games, has just started streaming, Jester. They had their first stream yesterday. I've got to update the G Squad list to put the auto alerts on for them. So yeah, you might enjoy following them because it sounds like you two have a lot of games in common. Jester's also a game streamer, as well as guitar sometimes and art sometimes and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Yes, I have that note to myself that it's Call Me Sam Games, but Pat is the name. Although, if you wish to only be known as Sam at any point, please do let me know, and I will just let that note go out of my head. I try my best to remember. I should actually use the note feature. As a streamer, you can put, like, little notes on people and stuff like that. It's for mod purposes, but I keep meaning to do it, like, with people's pronouns, or, like, if they have specific, or, like, about how to pronounce names, if because I do struggle with pronunciation. I struggle with English pronunciation struggle with words altogether. Yeah, it used to be Sam, but then I changed it to Pat, then I changed it back to Sam. It's confusing. It's all good. It's all good, you know? It's just like, you're just finding out who you are. And that's all cool. And that's why I say, you know, if you change at any point and you want to change names, or you would prefer to be called something else, always just let me know. I'm more than happy to. It's the same thing with Jester. Jester changed their names, and so it takes time, but it's locked in there now. Patricia, hello. Lurking and listening while making dinner. All good, hun. I hope you enjoy your lurk, and I hope dinner is delicious. What you making? If you want to tell us. You, of course, don't have to, because you're busy cooking. Yeah. Thank you, Smalt, for bringing up the dual command. I appreciate you so much. Smalt is like best mod. Can we get a bunch of like hearts and emotes in chat for Smalt? Because seriously, we'd be very, very lost without Smalt. We adore the Smalt here. You all need a Smalt, except you can't have this Smalt because I have this Smalt. Ha ha ha. I joke. Smalt can do what they like. I have a friend that gives me new names on a daily basis. Right now I'm being 4. Yeah, look at all those pretty hearts. I'm lazy tonight, making chicken wrap and cauliflower. Yum. Lazy dinners are good though, you know? We were talking before about my breakfast, which I just call a dump meal. It's a thing that I make often, whereas I just go to the fridge, find ingredients, dump in a pan. So I made breakfast, which could be a frittata if we're calling it fancy, or an omelette, or an egg bake, but it was really me just finding ingredients in the fridge, dumping in a pan, and adding eggs. It was tasty though, so nothing wrong with a good dump meal. He'll randomly say a name when trying to get our attention and goes, where did that come from? Yeah, I was talking with Sammy the other day, I think it was, about how we were talking about names that people had chosen after they transitioned, and like some of the beautiful names that we know for, you know, some of our wonderful trans friends. And I was saying about how like there's always cool ways to shorten them, and they're always unique, and it's like, and then you have my name, which is Amy, and there's not really a way to give me a nickname. Like, Amy is short enough to be the full thing. It's like, I've never really had a nickname or anything. It's always just Amy. And then, of course, Amy is as common as anything. Of course, I do have a unique spelling, at least. So there is that. Of course, it's often mistaken as Annie, because the M is read as 2 N's. So I have legit certificates and letters and all sorts of stuff that have been addressed to Annie instead of Amy. But it's like, yeah, I've never really had a nickname, because it's not exactly something you can shorten, because it's already short enough. Always just me, so I eat at weird times. That's valid. It's when it's just like you that you're cooking for as well. It's like, it's just not worth making a bunch of food, because you always end up with so much sometimes. And sometimes the leftovers are good, but then it's like, ugh, so much effort for one meal, all these leftovers. And some stuff just doesn't freeze well. So yeah, sometimes I'll put the effort in and I'll cook a big pot of something and then freeze it into portions. And then sometimes it's just dump and cook. Sometimes it's just a sandwich because I can't be bothered cooking. I ate a halloumi cheese wrap earlier that I got from the discount, you see. I think it was expired. But I still ate it. Ooh, I hope it was okay. There's a difference between best before and use by. It tasted good, so that's okay then. As long as it tasted alright. If it tasted funny, different story. But if it tasted alright. Oh. I hear talking. I think Sammy's mum is here, so I might have to pop out and say hi. Do, 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 do. Tasted funnily good. Excellent. Alright. So, I missed the shadows up here. So yeah, this is basically what we're just going to do for the trees. It's just a section at a time. Add in our darker shadows, pull out some highlights, and just start really giving our trees some dimension. They already have a little bit because of how we shaded, but adding in just that little bit more, you know, just to help things appear more 3D and give it more of that tree texture, especially because our trees are pink, you know. I love the pink trees. So glad I did pink trees. While working at the Ground Around restaurant, had been there a long time, I started as Pat, then we got another Pat, so I became Trish. Then we hired a Trish, so I became Patrick. Hey, then we hired a Patrick and my final name was Morticia. Oh goodness. God, what job was it? There was a job that I worked at where there were 3 other Amy's. And there were also 3 Ashleys. Because there was Ashley B, Ashley C, and Ashley D. And it was just hilarious that it was alphabetical order as well. And then there was Amy J, Amy W, which was me, Amy M, and Amy L. Yeah. Yeah. It gets to be a lot. Do you use Botrix for Twitch? No, I do not. I use OBS, and then I've got a plugin to allow me to also stream to YouTube at the same time with OBS, and there's Streamlabs to get the alerts. I need to look at my alerts because Sammy resubbed and it came out with the default Streamlabs one, not my alert. So yeah, might need to go and have a look at my alerts. Be careful, Patricia. Maybe they're going to hire a mortician now. Just call yourself Nameless. Just be the nameless one. I am so good at what I do. I am beyond a name. I am just the nameless one. Hello. got ads in 20 minutes, so I'll pop out and say hi then if that's okay.
By
Oh,
then. See you tomorrow.
she's already gone. Okay. 2 seconds, folks. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. So yes, I am still in Gisborne at the lovely Samsara's house. It is wonderful to be here. We've had a very chill time, but it's been really nice. But yes, and just so everyone is aware, I will remind you there is no stream this Tuesday. So this will be, we won't be coming back to stream until Friday. And that is the last day of the month. So that'll be the last day I can work on this. I might have to do some of this off camera, depending how far we get. I want to get this finished this month. Let's see how we go. It was many years ago. Yeah. I said, that's the 4th time you've gone back for dessert. Doesn't it embarrass you? I said, no, I keep telling them it's for you. Oh my god. Do 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 do. Nope, I haven't shaded here yet. I should not be highlighting if I haven't done the shadows. Do, 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 do. So, what are we up to this weekend? I believe it's a public holiday weekend for some of y'all. Do we have any exciting plans? Going to an escape room and also the pool. Oof, that sounds amazing. I did not pack any togs.
I've got togs you can wear.
Yeah. Gisborne has an accessible pool.
I might not be able to swim for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, that is also...
Yeah, I'm not sure what the rules on that will be.
Yeah. I didn't even think of it. I was just flying through packing. That's okay. They have a gorgeously accessible pool here. It is like a ramp that you can walk fully into with support on each side. It's so good. I just about cried the first time we went to the pool because I had missed swimming so much. It was so glorious. And like, I hurt afterwards, but it was that good hurt of like you've used muscles that you don't usually get to use. Thank you for shouting out the lovely Sammy. Appreciate that. No, I do know people who don't like swimming, who are afraid of the water and things like that, which is understandable. I happen to be a water baby though, so I love swimming. No plans really. Hoping to totally catch up on mowing and trimming so I can go riding Monday. Ooh. Is that like horse riding or motorbike riding or bicycle or... I think you have turned horseback. I'm a cowgirl through and through. I love that. That is amazing. And horseback riding is also really, really fun. Right. Give me 2 ticks. No. Still changing a little bit with the gloves. Something is auto adjusting, even though I told you not to. Alright, easy solution. We're just going to take the gloves off for now. Hands aren't that bad. I just realised how badly it's blowing out when I was putting a big black glove into frame. Should hopefully stop it changing dramatically. Enjoy your lurks, Malt. Have a lurk cookie. I've heard they're delicious. So yeah, this part unfortunately can get a little tedious and monotonous because we're just working our way through a tree. But it's just one of those things that you gotta do. Like, this is where it gets kind of boring sometimes. At least with like Kerby, it can seem like a lot, but because there's a lot of little details, it does help break it up a little bit. Do, do, do. I'm working on leaves. Lots and lots of leaves. Oh, I feel the pain. What is that in the Walk in the Woods book, Beatty? Yes, it is. Excellent. No, you're all good. You're all good, Pat. Yeah, no, normally just flick me a message, but I have got you on like my list to update with, because I'm pretty sure I chucked you on the list yesterday. Not the actual in Discord auto post one, just in like my little list of things I need to do. So yeah, it's just next time I get on there and set it up, I've got to go in there and amend a couple of people's anyway and update what they do. But yes, you will get on there, just bear with me, it's when I get the spoons to do it. And of course, feel free to keep putting in self-promotion. But yes, I will chuck you on the list because you stream on Twitch and you're in the G Squad. So But yeah, if it's been like 2 weeks and I've forgotten, just flick me a ping and just go, hey, you're gonna chuck me on the list. Just because my brain gets busy and things slip out. Yeah. No, I don't mind. I like having it there so that, like, because the idea, like, what I wanted to build was the kind of supportive community where it's like, you know, we can go and check each other out and support each other and stuff like that. And so that's where the auto posting when one of our friends goes live is really cool. And I would like to also try and figure out how to do something like that for YouTube as well. Yeah, still, YouTube's a whole nother ball game in terms of setting stuff up for, because it all works very differently over there. Be easy if it was similar, but it's not. Have you got the fan control over there, huh? Yeah. It's getting a little warm now. Thank you, though. I've also got a hot water pack on my belly, so that also helps warm me up. So yeah, it's a pretty chill day here today. We do have a few things to do. As I said, we've got to get some groceries and things. Really just prepping for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big day. I need to make myself a little activity kit to take with me. I've got to say I love this coloring page and book. It's so gorgeous. Thank you. I freaking love Alien Worlds. Like, Kirby's definitely one of my favorite illustrators, and Mythomorphia is... Oh, we're going to take those off for a while. Mythomorphia was my first ever Kirby coloring book, and it is very special to me. But I actually think Alien Worlds is my favorite. And the reason for that is that because this is alien, I feel like there is so many more opportunities for exploration of color. You can just go wild, and it's alien, so it's right. Like, who's going to tell you otherwise? And the creatures are so inventive, so like I could see myself recoloring several of these. In fact, luckily Alien Worlds is in some of the compilation books, and I have every single Kirby, including all his combination books, so I have opportunities to explore other colors and patterns and stuff like that. I know there's some people who are like, I don't really care for aliens too much, which is valid, you know, if it's not your cup of tea, but the creative freedom that Alien Worlds gives you, I think, is the most fun point of Alien Worlds. So I'm really, really looking forward to having, like, this book done and being able to explore more and more of this. Yeah. So we're working on the Lost Planet right now, so that's these ones here. Hey Marcy, hello. How are you going, lovely? Hope you're having a good time zone and it's going well. I love aliens. They're so creative and you can do whatever you want with them. Exactly. I'm doing well, cleaned the house and now just chilling, watching videos. Heck yeah, reward yourself. Well done. You did the things and now you get to relax. Hope you're doing well too. I'm doing excellent. Thank you, Marcy. It's been a lovely day so far. I had a very good sleep. I woke up nice and early. I got to make breakfast in bed for the wonderful Samsara, which was nice. And we just had a nice chill time watching some videos. Yo, we watched a stitchery. She's really, like, her attitude for sewing. She's so funny. She's so chill. And she's not a trained seamstress. She just does it and figures it out as she goes along. But she's made a dress and I want to make a dress like this because it just looks so comfy. It's like this striped dress and she did a video explaining how she kind of gathered the stripes in the middle to make a waistband, but it's just like loose and flowy and it's like, I need a dress like that. It's just so comfy. And it has pockets. And it doesn't look particularly hard to sew, so even me and my limited sewing skills could do it. Wish I could sew. Well, that's the neat thing about the stitchery is just she's not a trained seamstress. She's just figuring it out. And I think that's why her videos are so good. And she works with like secondhand fabrics and just whatever she can find. She just makes and figures it out. She has one pattern that she loves, and Sammy has this pattern and has made a gorgeous dress from it that she's actually wearing today.
Don't need a dress reveal.
Come and show us your dress.
Okay.
Come and show us your dress, and while you're doing that, I will find the stitchery and link it.
I was going to do it, but you need to do it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, Sammy D.
The beautiful Samsara in the beautiful dress.
And it has pockets, and this is a large bottle, and it can just go in there and disappear, and I still got my bottle with me.
It's massive, massive pockets.
It has regular pocket on the other side. Get back to the stitchery.
Yeah.
But you can just search the stitchery.
I'm sure it'll come up.
I'll post it in here.
Here it is here. I have to post it as a link in YouTube
Yeah,
because
I can't.
no one else can.
Yeah,
But thank you, Sammy, for doing it on Twitch.
no worries. I can't see the chat from YouTube from here.
Oh, no, because I'm on the wrong screen. Thank you. Helps if we go back to this screen. So yeah, we were watching her latest video and then I was looking at her dress and then we watched the video about how she made the dress. It's like, I'm pretty sure I could pull that off, you know? But yes, Sammy is a gorgeous seamstress as well. Has been making her own clothes. They're really nice, y'all. I wish I could sew too, because I draw designs, but I can't be bothered sewing them or learning to sew. I think a lot of sewing though is unpicking, according to Sammy. A lot of sewing is ironing and unpicking.
Those are the two biggest parts of sewing.
That doesn't seem fun.
It's good if you've got things to watch or do.
Oh
I
my...
watch a lot of streams, so...
Yeah, it's the same with colouring. But I am being told by Twitch that it has been an hour, which means it's time for us to put the pencils down and do some self-care. I actually need to pop to the bathroom, so I'm going to put you on the Be Right Back screen for a minute and do some self-care. So take this opportunity to grab yourself a drink, have a stretch, hydrate. Do you have washing in the machine that you need to put on? Do you need to put the dishwasher on? Actually, we could probably put the dishwasher on now.
I can do that.
Yeah, I'm going to pop out, make a coffee as well, so I can put it on while I'm out there. But yes, I'm going to put you on the Be Right Back screen, and we'll see you in just over 3 minutes. Right. Thank you for bearing with us as we did that. Feels much better. I now have a cup of coffee. I realized I should have offered to make Samsara a cup of tea while I was at it. I did not, because I was selfish and not thinking. Sorry, Samsara.
Sorry?
I should have offered to make you a cup of tea.
Oh, no, that's okay. I also grabbed a mandarin fresh off the tree here. It smells amazing, y'all. The last mandarin I brought from the supermarket was so disappointing. So good and juicy and flavorful. I don't know what it is about fruit this season. It's so bland. I used to sew 25 years. Oh, I used to sew years ago when my kiddos were small, but I haven't sewn in 25 years except to mend something. It's all good. My mum used to make all our clothing when we were kids. Because that used to be like the thing. It used to be so much cheaper to make clothes than to buy clothes. But these days, unfortunately, with the rise in fast fashion, it is a lot cheaper to buy clothes than it is to make clothes. But yeah, I remember growing up, Mum would always be making us clothes because it was cheaper. You can buy them cheaper, but they're not as good quality, and
No, they're not.
I find it so hard to find clothes that fit.
Yeah.
Being a person of unusual dimensions.
They are definitely not made to a flattering shape or size for a lot of people. I struggle to find things that work with my body shape, which is why I love blanket hoodies so much, because they're comfy. I realized my style is whatever I'm comfortable in the day. Yeah. Fresh is usually better than store-bought. It absolutely is. I wish I had a garden, and I wish I could garden. I have tried to keep plants alive before, and I tend to just kill them. I even managed to kill some succulents following the exact instructions given to me, and I was told by the person who gifted this to me, who is an actual, like, they own a plant store, was like, this is a succulent you can't kill. And then 2 weeks later I sent them a photo and they're like, what happened? I was like, I did exactly as you told me, like even the exact amount of water day by day. So yeah, now all the plants in my apartment are fake or dead. But yeah, I do like the idea of having like a little garden to go and get like fresh herbs from for cooking and stuff like that. I don't care so much about flower plants and stuff like that, but I would like to have like an actual kitchen garden. Fabric was cheaper back then and now it's cheaper to buy. Yeah, the ready-made clothes. But it's such terrible quality. I very rarely buy brand new clothes. Like I brought the blanket hoodies, but I did get them on pretty good specials. But most of my clothes actually come from the op shop. I love op shopping. You have the non-green thumb as well, Pat. Yeah, I appreciate it. I love the look of like the plant people with their houses full of pot plants, and it just looks wonderful. I'm just realistic that that's not me. It's probably a good thing, because if I could grow plants, I would probably become one of those crazy plant people that has a billion pot plants and is always like propagating plants and basically lives in a tropical rainforest. So it's probably a good thing. The most I can grow is spring onions. I can regrow spring onions from the roots at the supermarket. When I buy them from the supermarket, which I am grateful for because I use a lot of spring onions. So it's like you get free spring onions on top of spring onions. So yeah, that's about the extent of my plant abilities, is I can regrow a spring onion. But they never last too long. Yeah. If you can somehow kill fake plants, then we have questions. Oh my god. Here we go. Alright, I think we've got that first section done. So I hope you can see the contrast between the two, like between the like non work side and the work side. So we're not fully covering up everything we put down with the Inktense. This isn't the point. We're just pushing the shadows and we're pulling out the highlights. And by doing that, we're creating a lot of depth in there. But we don't have to cover the whole thing because the Inktense is doing that job for us. And because we did use multiple colors of Inktense, it has done quite a bit of variation, so we don't really need to do too much more. I have been using a little bit of the bright pink in areas just to add a bit more pink, but that's about as far as we've had to go. Cool thing is, while I'm here at Sammy's too, I can also show you an unworked version of this page because Sammy also has this book. I love the colours on this page. Thank you. It started with, I don't have to flick it, I have the image here. Not that one, that one. It started with this one. When I first saw the solar giant, I was trying to come up with a scheme for this whole planet. And I was thinking about forest fires, and because this is called the Lost Paradise, and I was thinking about how with forest fires and bushfires, they like destroy a paradise. They destroy, you know, a whole bunch of bushland, but then the nature finds a way to regrow. It comes back, it regrows, it reforms, and it becomes a paradise again. And so I was thinking about that. It's like, that's kind of a cool story for this planet. And so I took the colors of the bushfire, which is why the clouds are like that red orange of the fire, and then I went for the brown of the ground because it's like that sort of burnt earth colors. And then I was trying to think about the trees and stuff, and I was like, well, purple and pink is cool with oranges, so that's why we did purple and pink. And then yeah, I was like, well, what am I going to do for the solar giant? And I was like, oh, yellow would work. So yeah, that's what started that one. And then because I had that sorted, I then did the Apex Predator, which is the page next to it. And because I had the sky color sorted and the tree color sorted and the ground color sorted, it was just starting on the close-ups of the plants. So I knew there was going to be a lot of red and pink and brown. So that's where I added in like the teal and the blue for the plants. And then I was talking to Samsara about this page, and this book also has little descriptors of the pages of what Kerby was sort of imagining. So for the Apex Predator, for example, sorry, I've got plasters on my hand because I kind of destroyed my cuticles last night. It's hard to flip. So the Apex Predator, with a floral mange for camouflage and 5 eyes that give it exceptional vision, this leonine predator stalks its forest home in search of prey. It's helped by its long antenna used to detect subtle vibrations and chemical signatures in the surrounding atmosphere. So I was talking to Samsara about that, and she's like, well, if it's such an expert at camouflage, maybe it's translucent. I was like, I don't want to do it translucent, but also, yes, it has to be translucent. So that's why we did the ghostly Apex Predator, but I really love how it turned out. And that's what set the colours for the planet. So now we're working on forest intelligence. So this creature here is the forest intelligence. The stationary sentient being is rooted to the ground in the center of a sprawling forest. It is thought to be thousands of years old, existing to preserve balance in the environment. Its roots send messages underground. Flying plants report to it with information. I was just reading the next one, the forest dwellers. So yeah, this one here, which is our next page. Giant plants with luminous platins hang from the forest canopy and serve as home for skittish, six-limbed creatures. These winged aliens travel in groups of three, swinging from vine to vine, always on alert for lurking predators. So we go to the top of the trees for that one, and I think I did the trees purple. So that's already going to set that we're going to have red and purple background and luminous bulbs. So maybe we'll have to do some glow effects. I don't know. That's future. But yeah, I like to keep all the planet the same. So like, spoilers for anyone lurking that doesn't want to see a head. And I will also zoom you out so I don't struggle to show the full thing. So like the next planet is, you're going to get so much shine reflect. It's the Cloud Kingdom, so you can see there's a massive color difference because we're on a different planet here. So this one I themed all yellow. This one I am going to go back to and re-darken a lot of the values. I did this one while I was in hospital and I only had my Polychromos pencils. So I do like how it's colored. There's just not enough contrast, especially when you compare it to like previous pages. So because I'm working on this with the Alien Worlds group and we are working our way through, after I finish the Lost Planet, and then I've got to go back to the start and just finish off the starting bits. When I get to that planet, I am just going to go through and re-darken some values and just give it some more contrast and some more pop. And then that planet will also be done. So I'll be through the Lost Planet and the Air Kingdom. And then the third one is actually the Water Planet, which I've already started. So, yeah. But my absolute favourite planet in this book is the Crystal Kingdom. So I've still got this one that I'm working on. But I love the Crystal Kingdom. This is the first planet I started with. I haven't completed the planet, but I have done 4 pages in this planet. And it's definitely one of my favourite planets. This one was my first ever page in the book, and I freaking love it. So yeah. Still got a couple more pages in the Crystal Kingdom, but I do love the Crystal Kingdom a lot. So yeah, every planet has its own colour theme. So this one is like reds with the sky, and then the pinks and the purples for the trees. But yeah, red is this colour scheme here, yellow for the Air Kingdom. The Water Kingdom I did go teal, which I kind of wish I had gone more abstract. I kind of wish I'd done purple, but I've already done purple for the Crystal Kingdom. But I might make the water more green towards the surface. And then we've got the future planet here, or like Techno Planet. I really want to try doing rainbow neon glow for this planet. That is my goal, is to make everything neon glow. It's going to be interesting, but lots of rainbows, lots of neon is the aim. Then we have the Lava Planet, which I have no idea. No, not lava, rock. This is Rock Planet, and then there is a Fire Planet as well. So I'm not sure what to do for fire because it's the same as water. I'm worried if I use a different colour for fire other than like orange, it's not going to read as fire. But fire does colour in other colours, so it's possible. Then the crystals, which has got this purpley pink colour. And then we have the Ice Kingdom, which I actually want to do a really pale purple sky. Pale purple and like mint is kind of what I'm thinking for this one, for the Frozen Planet. And then we have the steampunky type planet here. This one I haven't thought of a colour scheme yet.
But yeah, steam planet, and then we have the reclaimed planet. So this has got like technology, but then it's been overtaken by ground. So yeah, it's really neat. It's a really neat book. This is a cover image, and yeah, just really, really fun to work through. And having each planet be its own theme is just like really fun in terms of working out and traveling through, and it's like you're going on an adventure discovering this planet. So yeah, so the group that I'm in, which was started by the wonderful Candace of Happy Catastrophe, is 15 of us now in this group, and we're all working on this book at our own pace, just exploring the planet together, and yeah, just working our way through. It's just, yeah, really fun. But yeah, the goal, like, finish this one, either this one or back to the first double page spread of this planet, either or. But once this Lost Planet is done, I still have to go back and do the start of the book, which is like where you have your spaceship. So I've still got to do all those ones yet too, and then I will be working in order after that. It's just when I had decided I wanted to do that solar giant page, and then I found Happy Catastrophe's video explaining about her forming the group, and she was up to the solar giant page too, so it was kind of like perfect timing. And I was like, I'm just going to start at the solar giant because that's where I had the inspiration from, but I will be on the Lost Planet. I'm just bouncing around a little bit on the Lost Planet, but the rest of it will be working in order from there. Blue fire could be cool actually. I don't have a blue planet so far. I might just look at like some fire colors, because it's fire and it's also lava. But yeah, I know fire can have a lot of different colors, so I just want each planet to be quite distinct as well, so it's like really obvious when we change planets. And yeah, because we've named our groups, named ourselves as like explorers and our spaceships and stuff, which is really fun. So I am Admiral Amy on the Galactic Glitter Path, and my mission is to search the galaxy for the glitteriest planet, because it's me and every planet is going to have glitter. It's kind of inevitable. Yeah, no, definitely it depends on what's burning. It does affect the color of fire. Fire can come in some really interesting colors. It doesn't just have to be orange. So yeah, there's a lot of options here, but again, that's like quite a bit down the pathway. I got a lot of work before we even get near that planet, because we are working in order. Again, I'm working a little out of order, but I'm still working on the first planet. And then because I had already done some in this book before I joined the group, so yeah. Coffee. blue, then pink, purple. That could be pretty. And that would allow me to also do a lot of blue as well. Like it could be a potassium, like maybe there's just a bunch of potassium in the air. Because again, I already have like a lot of pinky purple planets. But blue I don't have, so blue could be cool. Again, it's a great thing about Alien Worlds. It can just be anything. But yeah, I've still got one in Mythic World to finish off, which is a group buddy color. So I need to get my butt into gear onto that one because there's a lot of tiny details on that one. And I've got one more book that I haven't started a page in that I want to, which is the Sirens of the World one that Emily very kindly gifted to me. So I want to do a mermaid in there for Mermaid. But it's been a very productive colouring month for me. I've actually done a lot of colouring this month. I also have Sammy's profile picture here that I need to finish off. Yeah, so much possibility, and that's the beautiful thing about it. Sounds like you need to get Alien Worlds back and also colour in some fire. Becoming an influencer again, as they like to joke. I'd literally cry if I had to think of a colour scheme I wouldn't be able to pick. Sometimes I go to a page with no plan and I just start on an element and then it just kind of comes from me from there. Like yesterday I did a page in no, this way. I did a page in this book. I did this one. And this literally started because I had sharpened some Inktense to turn into watercolour and I had some left over. And I was like, cool, alright, let's just put a bunch of grey down. And then because I still had tons more left over, I went back in and darkened some of the bricks. But yeah, I just literally put grey over the whole page, darkened the bricks, and then I was like, it's very cold. And it's like, hang on, if I do the cats like a really warm colour so that they pop, and then keep it all like very cool and monotone. It's a really simple page, but I like how it came together. It was very quick as well. It's a very cute little book, that one. That is Bulls de Bulls. I think it translates to fur bulls or something like that. I know, I should get Google Translate on it. I just call it fur bulls. I'll make my own planet. Heck yeah. Furballs is a darling book. It really is. And it's such a good book for travel as well. Like it's such a good little size for traveling, which is why it came with me. I mean, it is new from Emily, but also just the fact that it's like such a good small book for travel. So that one and the Sirens book and Europa, Rita Berman's Europa, all came with me because I was like very limited on room in terms of book, and I knew I needed to bring Mythomorphia, Mythic World and Alien Worlds from Kirby. And so I was like, okay. And he was like, hang on, these 3 books are all quite tiny. And yeah, they all fit in perfectly. And I actually took them on the bus with me to colour on the bus, and I did not colour at all during the massive long bus trip. I napped the entire time. But I guess I needed it. Alright, let's just keep working across here and do like these top sections. And then we'll work our way to the bottom. Though we do need a bit more contrast there against the purple. Just so like you've got some depth. I'd literally love to colour like you can, because I'd be so happy if I could colour. I don't have pencils, only markers, but that could work. I've seen some beautiful work done in just markers as well. And even like the words, like all colouring is valid no matter what your skill level is. For me, like, it is nice to produce pages that I look at and I'm like, yeah, I did a good job at colouring that. But I have pages where it's literally just about the process, because for me, I find it incredibly therapeutic to just sit and colour. This is why I'm so passionate about it, because for me, the peace of mind, the relaxation it puts me into, it's definitely my happy space. It helps keep me mentally well. It really helps me keep in a good space. And I know the therapeutic benefits of just sitting there and colouring. And it can be the same thing as just sitting there and drawing or journaling or crocheting, or, you know, like, it's about taking that time for yourself and allowing you just to spend some time to create, and it doesn't mean that it always works out perfectly, but it's about the process, not about the outcome. I get like itchy if I haven't coloured. Like on Friday, I kept wanting to colour because I hadn't coloured at all on Thursday. It was like, I want to colour, but physically I had to rest, so I did not. But I was just like itching to colour, which is why on Saturday I did so much, because it was like 2 days without colouring. This cannot be. Alright, we're going to leave those growthy things because I did them with the more grapey purple. I'm looking forward to putting Stickles on the sky. Giving this page some sparkle. Do, 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 do. And across there. do little bits highlighting along the bottom here. That was such a good mandarin. I am going to have to go out and steal a whole bunch of them. How are you going, Sammy? She's completely focused on something. Alright, I'm getting a little bored of doing pink. Why don't we do some blue? Then we can keep working on this side. Now, I did do a really silly thing and forget to bring my colour charts. Luckily, I know my polys pretty well, so we're pretty good on that front, but it's still a very silly thing to forget my colouring chart. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Hopefully I wake up and still see you streaming. Good night and good day. Good night, Pat. I hope you have a wonderful sleep. Probably won't be streaming just because we do have to do some groceries at some point and some other bits and pieces. So it won't be like a 10-hour massive long stream or anything, but you never know. We might have done groceries and then Sammy might be streaming. And just a reminder, there is no stream on Tuesday either, which may be Monday for a lot of your lovely folk. But it's been wonderful to have you here. Alright, so we're going to start with some Indifferine Blue, which is actually one of my favourite blues. And all we're going to do is just shade along the bottom, just in like rough little circles. These plants are kind of small, so you don't really see too much. Just add a little bit of black, just to darken it up. And then, now one of these is more blue and one of these is more green blue. And I always forget which one is which. You're light blue. You're glacier blue, and you're the one that's running out. So we're going to use light blue, which is the slightly more green blue, which is what I actually wanted. So that works out well. And we're just going to dot this around the edges, and that'll give like little highlight speckles of like little leaves and stuff like that. And I actually need to bring that Indifferine Blue up a bit, so we're just going to sort of speckle that in. Not being too pedantic, because again it's tiny. And honestly, that's all it needs, is just a bit of texture. Same thing here, just speckle in some of the Indifferine Blue. A little bit of black on the darkest areas. A little bit of light blue Posca dotted in. And that's why all these little plants don't worry me, because they're so quick. They're just based with a flat Inktense colour. 2 seconds of shading and boom, plants. Not everything requires hours and hours of detailed shading, because you really just don't see enough of it to justify it. Oh, we didn't do the black. I'm normally someone who prefers Payne's Greys for shadows, but the black actually kind of works in this weird alien landscape. It's more cartoony, I think. It just makes it feel more like unreal, which I kind of dig. I based that one too. So yeah, this is how we're just going to do a lot of these tiny plants. It's just a few dots and it's all it's going to need. Really quick and easy. Let's do the orange one while we're here too. Now, I have an orange Posca. I have a beige Posca. It's not going to be right though. But I have an apricot Posca as well. I also have a pile of my hair everywhere. Oh, hit the light. You'd work better for the yellow sections. We'll keep you for the orange sections. You're a little intense, but you'll still work. Alright, same deal again, except we need a secondary colour. And I want a reddy orange for this. Give you just the slightest little sharpen. And then we pull out our black for the darkest areas, which will also just help keep our shadows consistent. I could also do this with brown if I found it too intense. And then with the orange Posca, I hope my hands aren't blocking. I'm also really far zoomed out again. This is not, I forgot about it zooming in. Let's bring you in so you can actually see what I'm doing, eh? Professional streamer, not in the slightest. And then I'm going to take this black and just define around this plant a bit, because behind it is a bit of shadow, so we can just use this to sort of clean up and just make those orange plants pop out a little bit more. Boom, orange plant. Okay, and then the other one that we have is we have some brown plants. So these ones in the distance, I'm just going to straight go over with my brown Posca. I may have to go back over those when I glitter. They may have gotten a bit lost. With the brown, we're just going to work straight in with the black. I do those spiky bits red there, but I did them brown in the background. I've done them brown over there. Good job, Amy. Same thing again. Dot in some brown highlights. We based it in red, but we're actually going over it in brown because I've changed my mind. I gotta go for Pix dinner. I'll come back a bit later. Love your page. Thank you so much, Marcy. I hope you have a wonderful dinner and it is delicious. It has been lovely to have you here. And yes, hopefully we'll see you again later. And welcome back, Small. Went for a little walkies around the neighbourhood for house, and now Do's making me a nice coffee. Nice. That sounds like a very good time. We've made a little bit of progress. We started doing all the trees and stuff, and then I was going to carry on over here, and then I was like, nah, we're going to just work on bits over here now, because I got bored of doing pink. So we just pulled out the blues and the orange, and we just started working on little bits. We might just keep doing that as we work our way through. We might just work on the sections as we get through them. Yummy Rocks, hello. How are you going today? It is wonderful to see you again. I need another Posca. I need my Pippo. Should just pull out all the Poscas. So I don't really need the green Poscas because I am purposely trying to avoid green on this planet. I did still bring the green Poscas just in case. I brought all my tiny Poscas. I didn't bring any of the big Poscas, but I did bring all my tiny Poscas. I'm fantastic. Always love to see you. Aw, I appreciate that. And I'm glad you're doing fantastic. It's always lovely to hear that things are well. Right, now I did pull out this one to shade into these purple bits. And then we're going to highlight this one with purple. It doesn't quite work, but I think it'll work. Aw, thank you for the follow as well. My gosh, y'all, we're getting so close to 800 followers. Not that it's about the numbers, but it's still like mind-boggling that it's that many. I'm also only like 50 subs away on YouTube from 3K as well, which is just like y'all are too kind, and I very much appreciate that you like my stuff and you like hanging out. Like, I appreciate y'all, you know? Just appreciate y'all. Oh, look at all those redeems. So we have had 2 stretches, two good vibes and a hydrate. Right, everybody hydrate. Alright, let's do this. Yummy Rocks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Also, Koga Melios. Hello. Thank you for all the redeems as well. Hope we've got double good vibes going in the stream. I hope you're all feeling the good vibes as well. And then we've had multiple stretches. So we're going to start with a shoulder stretch.
I demand chaos.
It is chaos. It is chaos. Ooh. Cool. And then we're going to do some specific hand stretches. Take care of the body. Thank you so much for all the chickens. We also had another hydrate, so double hydrate everybody. And then we've had a posture check, which is very important to do, especially after all the wiggles and stretching, to make sure we're back in position. Which we are. I think my heat pack can switch to my back now. We're switching between the back and the front at the moment. Thank you for all the self-care redeems. I appreciate you all looking after me, and I hope you all took that opportunity to look after yourself. And welcome in, Yummy Rocks and Koga Melios. I can word. I hope you're both doing well. I appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a good time zone wherever you are. We're just working away on this gorgeous alien world spread. If Samsara Dusty is listening, she needs to self-care too. She is lurking and doing some... She was doing her nails before. Sammy? Cannot hear me. Right. And then we'll pull some pink up into here. Just want to make that slightly more. Cool, and then we've got our orange plant here. So add some orange in. So how are we all going today? I know Smalt just came back from a walk, which I love to hear that you're doing some self-cares. A walk sounds absolutely lovely. Is anybody colouring along today or doing art while we're streaming? Oh, excuse me. I have no reason to be yawning. Okie dokie, let's do this messy section up here. Still in frame, we are. Oh, shaking the table. Stop shaking camera. I am missing a Posca. Where is my red? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. I did not bring my reed. definitely did not bring my red. Okie dokie, orange it is. The red did not get packed. It's not the end of the world because we'll go over those with orange, and then once the ink has dried down, the paint has dried down, I'll work very carefully over top with the ready orange pencil that I have out, and that'll tone it a little bit more red. I thought I grabbed all of my 1Ms and 1MRs, but I forgot the red. It's bound to happen. Because I only pulled out the small ones. I didn't pull out the, like the chunkier paint pens. So, it's not the end of the world. We'll make it work. Packing Amy got distracted by the task of packing. She really did. I absolutely abhor packing. I really don't like packing. Especially like last minute packing. I made a list, and I like, when I know I'm going away, I like to have this suitcase in the middle of the floor and then just slowly gather things to it. But this time I knew I was going on the bus, which immediately knocks down suitcase size, and technically the Rotorua to Gisborne leg of the bus journey, I am only allowed one suitcase. My walking frame counts as my piece of luggage because it has to be stowed. Now they're never going to deny me putting on a suitcase and my walking frame. However, the bus from New Plymouth to Hamilton, you're allowed 2 bags, but you're not allowed a second bag on the Hamilton to Gisborne, which goes through Rotorua and stuff like that, because that's a really popular busy bus. So they do limit you to 1 bag on that one. And I could pay extra to have the bag on there, but it's also very difficult with a walking frame, 2 bags, crutches, backpack. I kind of just get away with sneaking an extra like carry-on onto the bus as well as my backpack. But yeah, I knew I had less space this time, and I was trying to pack less. I am someone who tends to pack way too much. But that being said, when you're taking a whole stream setup, plus colouring stuff, plus clothes, it's already a lot. So, plus a 14-hour bus trip with food for that trip, and then I have all my medical stuff as well, like my medication. So my medication has to travel at a certain temperature, so I have a specialised freezer bag just for my medication, so that adds in a lot. So gathering all that takes a while, and then trying to squeeze it into this tiny little suitcase is a lot too. And of course I can't pack up to the last minute because I have to pack up like my computer and take down my whole stream setup, and it's, yeah, packing is a multi-spoon experience. Exactly, it takes a lot, and I don't like it. I don't like thinking about what I'm going to wear, because I wear what I feel on the day. Though that being said, this time I mostly just packed pajamas because I know we're mostly going to be bumming around the house, which is nice. Yeah, at least it's easy to do washing here and stuff like that. So, and I also can only bring 1 blanket hoodie that I'm wearing because these won't fit in my suitcase. So I might have to steal Sammy's and give this one a wash soon. But I am being told by Twitch that it is time to take our break. So we do take a break every hour. We put down the pencils for 3 minutes and we do a self-care check-in. So everybody take this opportunity to check in with yourself. What do you need to do to self-care? I need to take some pain medication. We're going to take pain meds. We're also going to do our wiggles. I might even reheat my heat pack because it's feeling a little on the cold side. So everybody take this opportunity, and if you get sent to Adland, I'm so sorry and thank you for your service. Medication taken. Ooh. Yeah, you're feeling a little on the cool side, so let's reheat you. I'm just going to reheat this. How are you going, Sammy?
Yeah, doing okay. Just chilling.
Just chilling. Chilling like a villain.
Yeah.
I tell you, this electronic heat pack's still one of the best purchases. Oh, except you're not turning on. That's a bit of a worry. Oh, I know why. You're claiming you're still too warm to heat up again. You're not that warm. We'll just use you without the cover. It's got an inbuilt safety feature, whereas if it's not cool enough, it won't reheat, so it can't overheat, which is good.
Yeah.
But I like it piping hot. I am wiggling. Oh, Brookie's on.
Yeah.
Looking cute today.
Yeah.
Say hi from me, please. Oh, stretchy, stretchy, crack, crack goes all the bones. Do we need some chocolate? I kind of feel like some chocolate. Good chocolate. Do you want some? It's the hazelnut, hazella. It's not plain. So this is like basically got a Nutella filling. It's so yummy. We've got about 30 seconds left of stretch time. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you to everyone who went to Adland. I hope you took that opportunity to do some self-care and you took care of what you needed. We will carry on. Right, so now that this orange has dried, we'll just go back over. So we're working with pale geranium lake, and very lightly so we don't scratch off the Posca, just go over the Posca. I'll just ever so slightly tint it. It may not even show up that much in stream. Honestly, chocolate and black coffee, such a good combo. Where's the orange Posca? There. Sammy's also watching another wonderful streamer that I was introduced to from her, Brookie Bear. Gorgeous, gorgeous makeup. Also, really cool D&D, and I believe Sammy is going to be back on the channel next Saturday, playing another campaign in the world, another story. Let's make sure I spell this right. Ooh. Sammy?
Yeah.
How do I spell Brookie? It's Brookie Bear Streams, right?
Yeah. Do you want me to shout out?
Ah, I think I've got it. We'll find out in a second. We'll find out in a second. That's the right one?
Yeah. I don't know, did it?
Looks like it.
I'll just give you a shout out too.
We'll just quickly double check. Yep, that's the right one. Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, really, really neat streamer. Really cool D&D story, world building over there too. And yeah, in 6 days, Sammy's also going to be back on the channel playing some more D&D. And really cute clothes as well. I really like the little crochet collar that they're wearing today.
It's such a cute outfit.
Very unique style. No, I see a shout out. Why, hello, Trouble.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Hey everyone.
Just overtake my stream, it's
I'm
fine.
not. You're drinking tea. Coffee, whatever.
Coffee. Liquid of the gods. We're getting there. We're getting there. What are you giggling about? What are you doing? Last time you did this, you sung a fucking song on my stream.
It's probably a few streams away. So
Oh, God.
I'm just coming over to look at the lovely art.
Okie dokie.
I'm sure that's the only motivation I have.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
sure.
leave you to it.
Yes, that is a good point, Smalt. I do apologise, I should have mentioned that. It is a clown aesthetic. Brookie Bear! Yeah, I kind of wondered if that was what was going on. Hey, lovely, how you going? Do, 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 do. Alright, we're getting there though. We are slowly making our way through and adding in the contrast. We've still got to go back and do all the little yellow flying aliens, but piece by piece. Yes, that is a very good point, Smart. We will make a point because I do actually, now that you've mentioned it, there is someone that I am aware that they are afraid of clowns. So we do like to be aware of that. So thank you so much for pointing that out. It is very much appreciated. Because, you know, safety first, y'all. Safety first. It's like when we get to the water planet, I know that some people are not comfortable with big, wide, open spaces. We were talking about swimming before for that same reason. It's the same with Subnautica. I know people can't see some people who can't play that game because it plays on that fear of the big, wide, open space. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's valid. I mean, gosh, if I went somewhere and it's just like giant ants on screen, we all know I'd freak out. It is valid. And I will keep that in mind. Yeah. Hey, Steffi, how are you going? It's lovely to see you, huh? Yeah, that's why, you know, we try our best to keep things safe, but I can't always be perfect at it. But I'm always open to being told, hey, so that is something that is now going to lock in my brain, and remembered in there. Yeah. It is a very valid point, and I am very grateful for you to bringing it up, Smelt. Again, like, I talk about trying to create a safe space on the internet, but we can't know everybody's exact specific triggers. Like, if I was in someone's chat and then they started playing like a game with giant ants, I don't expect them to be aware of that, but I might bounce out because I might not be comfortable with that on the day. It's just one of those things, you know, you got to keep yourself safe. And if I know of certain things, I will try to avoid certain things, but I can't always be perfect because I'm human, but I can try, and that's the best that I can offer, is that I will try. And I think that's all we can really do as humans sometimes, you know. We can't be perfect, but we can try. It kind of goes for a lot of stuff. I love the dress form from behind you. This is Sammy's. I'm at Samsara's, by the way, Steffi. I'm now fancy enough to have a dress form. We're in a slightly different setup because I'm at Samsara's house. She's right here. She's coming over to say hi properly.
Hey.
And yeah, we're just working on this page from Alien Worlds. It is... Yes, she is adorable. I should do a pronoun check. Brookie Bear. She, her. Thank you. Yes, adorable. Doesn't always do the full get up as well. So sometimes they're in just casual.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it is a very good thing to be aware of. I also just appreciate their confidence to rock what they want to wear.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
And just a absolutely amazing and lovely community that
Yeah.
she's built. Such a lovely person, and yeah, my secret little community until they had to all bump together when I played D&D.
It was Sammy's little secret hideout. Because usually when Sammy finds someone new to watch, and it's the same with me, I'll be like, we'll message each other and be like, hey, come check out. Like, I found a new person yesterday who's very new at streaming. They didn't even have a mic up, but they were doing the most gorgeous pencil art. Cannot remember their name now. I feel like it was Faye Moods. Absolute new streamer. But it was such gorgeous pencil art, and so we just both went over there because I was like, hey, come check this out. Yeah, that's how I ended up meeting Vi, because Sammy was like, hey, you should come check out this mini painter who's really cool and really lovely. And I was like, okay. And then I jump over there and just hit follow because Sammy hasn't led me wrong. It's fun how the communities just grow, and you just meet someone that takes you to someone that takes you to someone that takes you to someone, and then it's just like the whole world expands, you know? It's my favorite thing about live streaming, is just meeting and connecting with all these amazing people all over the world. Like many years ago, getting to meet the wonderful Smalt.
that was happening through YouTubes. And then through the YouTubes, I met PB. He was like, hey, you're cool. Come meet these cool people. And then I got to meet the Smolts. I'm going to lurk as I clean my games room and figure out how to make it into a pseudo library. Ooh, that sounds intriguing. Best of luck, Steffi. Right, I want to deepen in there so that line's a little bit more blended. And then we'll go back over the pink as well. Just darken up some of our pink shading, just so it's not so flat. Because I love the Posca for highlight, but sometimes it's just really flat, you know? And it's like there would still be shadow on that highlight. So this is where working back over the Posca with a pencil. Very lightly if you're using polys, because they're so sharp that they will scratch it off. You can also sort of fade out the edges and make it blend a bit more.
I'll probably see the form of switch.
Oh, yeah.
Just was working around, so
Oh, no.
so I can put 3D on.
Yeah, and you can also take out my one as well.
Oh, that's
Do you need any extra games from mine to help
okay.
keep them entertained?
I'm just I've got plenty.
Okay.
Won't give the member crossing because you can only have one item.
Yes, it's probably wise.
Yeah.
I just also have like some Disney games and stuff like that.
Yeah. Also, of course, oh, it's in the switch, is it?
Times I wish I had some of my colouring stuff with me. Otherwise, I could give a colouring book. Blue case.
Yeah. I remember where I had it last.
I can lend you mine.
No, I'll find it. It's here somewhere. I just don't know where. Somewhere is.
Is that it by the board, by the desk?
Oh yes, thanks.
That's all good. Also, that's where the board is hiding.
Yeah,
All good. Ooh. Sorry about that. Okie dokie. Do 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 do. Okay, so for this plant here, just to sort of break it up, I'm wondering if maybe we also use some green, or not green, aqua green. So it's more like tealy. Just to sort of, so it's not just all this blue. We'll try it. We can always go back over it. Do 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 do. Yeah, I kind of like that, you know? And then maybe instead of using the dark blue, let's get the turquoise. And we'll just bring in a little bit more aqua to this, even though I'm trying to avoid green, but it's not quite green, you know? It's aqua. We are going to have to blend out those edges though, because my gosh, is there a difference between that light. Okay, yeah, I like that, because now we've got a bit of difference between the blue and the green. Probably should have done that one teal as well, but too late now. Making it up as we go along. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What do you call a can opener that won't work? A can no opener. Oh, well done, Koga. Well done. Can no openers are no good. A can't opener? That's also good. It's a multifaceted joke, which makes it even better. Do, 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 do. And a little bit down there, and we're going to blend that in. Right, let's do the foamy bits in the teal too, just to keep this teal coming, because I really like this colour. It's very pretty. And again, it's not being used in many other places, so we'll just add in little bits here, because why not? Why not? And then now the flowers actually made darker blue, so do we do the flowers darker blue? which would just be normal blue because I don't technically have a dark blue Posca here because I don't have that in the 1MR. I only have it in the 2.5. Just blend out the Posca a little bit. Oops, I forgot to do in there too. Noink, 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 noink. Do, 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 do. I don't know what it is while colouring that doing things like going noink while you dab on Posca just makes it better, but it's essential. Do, 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 do. All sorted.
Be able to manage a Switch controller, a Joy-Con with a broken hand in the side.
Yep.
Even if it's a tiny little hand.
Oh, been there, done that. It's no fun.
Nope. Not fun at all.
At least it's in winter, because in
Yeah.
summer,
Exactly.
those casts are
That's
itchy.
what I said.
Oh. Memories. I've broken so many bones in my body. Well, no, not really so many bones. I've broken the same bones multiple times. We started losing count of how many times I broke my arms. There was a point, there's been multiple points where I've had both arms in casts because I've broken one and then tripped over and broken the other one while one was in cast. That has happened twice. There was also when I was younger, in the space of 3 months, I broke this arm, then broke this one 2 weeks later, then the cast came off this one and I immediately re-broke it. I have also managed to break both my feet at the same time, and even the doctor was like, how the hell did you manage to do that? Because he's like, we normally only see this type of break one at a time, and you did both. And I'm like, well, if you're going to do something, do it epically. Do, do, do. Oh. Sorry about that. Sammy was just getting a phone call. Guessing the mic probably picked up the little doo 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 doo. using the wrong colour. I'm not really happy with these flowers. Probably would have some highlights on the top actually. I did all the highlights at the bottom, but the light would be hitting it on top. Di and I were discussing finances and the smartness of investing in fancy fountain pens. Oh my goodness. There's someone on the Fate of Ice in Discord who collects fancy fountain pens. And I'm talking like $100 fancy fountain pens. And they look gorgeous. We just purchased new shelving. Ooh. I am kinda in the mood to like just redo my whole apartment. I wanna redo all my layout and everything, and it's like, ugh. But there's something so refreshing about changing a room and a layout and, you know, rearranging everything. Are you thinking fancy pens to go on the fancy shelves? Right, we do need a red. Because these plants down here are actually red. And now I'm really going to regret not having my red Posca. You're orange. I'm waiting on the $30 fountain pen to be process packed and shipped to me. She wants an even fancier pen now. Oh goodness. There is something really delightful in working with a quality pen when you're writing. Like, I do understand it, you know? It's just like a weight and a slip to how the pen glides on the paper. It's a very fancy pen. It would match her favourite nail glitter polish. Oh, it's glittery. That's even better. I miss wearing nail polish, y'all. I've really got to get my nails. Got to stop biting my nails. Oh. I was looking at some video I did ages ago, trying to work out a colour palette. And I was looking at my nails again. I was just like, gotta stop biting my nails. Of course, I say that knowing I destroyed the cuticles again last night. Like that chunky fish food flake glitter. Oh, I love that glitter. I did a page in Gnomes in the Neighborhood by Denise Klett this month, and I used a whole tube with that sort of chunky fish food flake glitter, because it's a really good way to describe it, but it's like iridescent foil, and I just used a whole tube of it. It's so pretty. It's so chunky. So pretty though. Right, let's use the apricot and use that to just highlight the inner, because I really wouldn't call this a peach. Call it more a dark yellow, but it'll work well for the center of them.
And then we're going to do our orange trick with the Posca and let it dry down, and then we'll go over it with some red, because these do need a little bit of highlighting. We'll just tone it down to red since I don't have my red Posca on me. Oops, forgot one. Of course I did. Of course I did. I don't have any chunky glitter here. I have very little glitter here. I did bring the SS Galactic glitter glue because I was like, well, rainbow clear kind of goes with a lot of stuff. But then I had two projects that I knew I needed, specifically the Twinkle with the blue reflect, and then this page has the oh gosh, I think I grabbed the wrong one. I don't think it's diamond. I think it's not unicorn. Maybe it's Stardust. He's one that's got a more orange reflect. I mean, this isn't bad. It is going to work. It's just not the exact same glitter. But honestly, who's really going to know except for me? Who's really going to know? It's pretty close. One of them just has a more specific orange reflect. Who's gonna know? I love glitter. Glitter, glitter, glitter. Everything should be glitter. I swear, one of these days we're gonna do a page and it's just gonna be glitter. I probably have enough glitters now that I could literally just color a page with glitter. So options are to go for the next town over for fancy waffles and crepes for brunch, or buy new fancy pens. Ooh, that's a tough choice. Do you have the ingredients to make waffles at home? Is there a way to get both? They won't be the next town over fancy waffles, but then you could do your own waffles. It's really a question of, do you want satisfaction now or satisfaction later? Waffles. Gosh, I haven't had waffles in so long. They're so hard to find here. You can find pancakes in a few places. The Koha Cafe across the road from me does crepes. Cannot make my own waffles unless they come out of a box of the freezer. That's valid. I have tried making waffles once and they weren't great. Hello, Andromeda. Hello, lovely. How are you going? I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. It is always lovely to see you. Cannot make a crepe to save my life. I can't either. I have tried once and it was a complete disaster. I can do pancakes. I'm pretty good at pancakes. I've tried making my own waffles and I had a little waffle iron. In fact, I still have a waffle iron somewhere. Might be in the cupboard that I can't get into very easily because it's been many a year since I've made waffles. Making crepes is its own special witchcraft. It really is. And omelets as well. Omelets are something like, I can do eggs really well, but omelets in particular I struggle with. Which is why I often make, as I call it, egg dump. And it kind of is an omelette, it's just not folded over. It's the same concept, I just don't fold it because that's where it goes wrong for me most of the time. This plaster wants to keep staying up. I need to grab some tape and tape it down. The terrible non-sticky plasters, but... Alright, so we'll work back over this orange Posca to just tone it red. Since I did a silly and forgot my red Posca. Omelets are the only kind of eggs I can get a D+ on. All other eggs are, or an attempt was made. Oh, it's valid. It's valid. Like, granted, most of the eggs I eat are hard-boiled eggs. Because I usually will boil a ton of eggs at once and then just leave them in the fridge as snacks. And then it's like, you know, they're there, they're ready to go. And it's like, what do I have for lunch? Mash an egg with some mayo and curry powder, and you've got curried egg for sandwiches. Or, you know, making a ramen. You can just do a quick ramen and shove an egg into there. So... and they're just good to snack on their own. So that's most of my eggs. Doing alright considering. Very much overslept yesterday and was awake all night. Fell asleep around 7 this morning and just woke up an hour ago. Oh. Well, you might have just needed the rest, you know? Sometimes our bodies just know when we need to have a day of rest. Be nice if we also got the night of rest so we stuck to the sleep schedule, but also, what is even a sleep schedule? Well, I am very glad that you popped in here upon waking. I'm grateful to have you here, but I also hope you've got like a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or something. Might actually be time to reheat my cup or refresh my cup with something. Alright. We are getting there. Like, we've made, like, this side apart from the plants, it's slowly making our way around. Like, little bits at a time. It might be quicker if I did all the colours of one particular type at once, but also I get bored. It's the honest truth of it. I get bored, so it's quite nice to like switch between different colours. Though I am going to have to find, I know there's tape around here somewhere because Sammy was using it yesterday. Oop, there goes my heat pack. Oh. There it is there. Plaster's annoying me. Ooh. When we do the supermarket later, I might have to see if I can get some of the good plasters. These plasticky ones just never stick. But how is everything going, Andromeda? And how is Josh? How's his colouring going? Ha. Improvised. That'll work. Hey, perfection. Alright. Have some leftover Japanese curry. Yum. And have the option of a jug already being boiled or an energy drink from the fridge. Yeah. That's a hard choice. I mean... yeah. I can't comment. Because I would just do both. But that's just me, and I'm a caffeine addict. Steffi did a dum-dum and got friction burns from the vacuum. No! I'm sorry to hear that, Steffi. I hope you're okay. It sounds very uncomfortable. Don't like hearing that. That is the only one that actually makes me feel slightly awake. Yep. Yeah. It's not good. I was very surprised. Sammy very kindly yesterday surprised me with one when she went to the bakery to get some breakfast. and some lolly cake. It was delicious. But I didn't actually end up finishing it yesterday, so I had half of it this morning as well, which is very, very unusual for me. I normally like, I can drink multiple in a day. I know it's really bad to be doing so, and I do my best not to, and just limit myself to one, and even better if I don't do one on a day. Though I do drink a lot more coffee, but we're trying, y'all. We're trying. Yeah, caffeine doesn't do much to me either, Andromeda. I can literally drink an energy drink and then fall asleep immediately. I'm very desensitized to caffeine, which, honestly, if I went cold turkey off caffeine for a while and then had a glass, it would probably actually be functional again. It's probably that I've just overworked my system on caffeine, so I am trying to cut down so it has more effect. Plus, as well, you know, I really shouldn't drink as much caffeine as I do. I'm trying. But also, chronic fatigue, yo. Oh, I had to have a chronic fatigue nap last night. Just passed out for 20 minutes at like 9 p.m. Josh said slowly on the colouring front. I hope when he's ready, he'll be willing to show me, because I would love to see how his colouring's going. I'm so excited for him. I hope he's enjoying it. And if he's got any questions, tell him to contact me, because I'm more than happy to answer anything. I'm always so excited by people colouring. This page looks like it's almost done. Not quite. We have done all the basing, so everything is now based, and so you can see the difference between this section here and the rest of it. We're now pulling out the highlights, deepening the shadows, so just working our way slowly around. And then obviously we've got a bit of work to do on our main character here. We've still got to glitter the sky, and we've still got these little flying creatures, and I think I might make them slightly glowy. Although I probably should have planned that in with the pencil basing stage if I was going to do that. But we'll see what we can do. Like, there's nothing wrong. I could call this page done. There is a bit of shading on there. I just really want to push the shadows and highlights a lot more, because I like contrast. And during the pages I'm working on, won't get any done today. They are detailed. It's nice to have like some simpler pages to be doing in between the detailed pages. That's why I always have so many pages on the go as well. I started working in Europa, this Rita Berman book, and so I did this one yesterday because I just wanted something simpler, and then I carried on the same colors over here because I know I really enjoyed it. So you're getting a lot of shine. I've got lights directly above me all over the place today. But this is such a cute book. It's so fun. So that's where like all the grey ink tints came from that I was talking about, that I used the leftovers for on this page as well. And again, this is another simpler page. This one really didn't take any time at all. But yeah, they're just fun, simpler pages in between me trying to get some done on Mythic World, which is a very detailed page. Yeah. Not yet, but very much appreciate it, and contact for help and show at some point. Yay! All good. I know sometimes you don't want to show stuff until it's at a certain point, so no pressure, but if he'd love to share, I would love to see. But I'm also nosy. And excited by new colours. I'm also doing colouring and colour by numbers and one colours. Nice! Oh my gosh, I got so excited last night because I like browsing the Facebook marketplace every once in a while to see if I can find like interesting secondhand books and stuff like that. Because, you know, sometimes people will flick off colouring books on there, and I found a few things on there. And I got really excited for a second because I saw somebody was selling 29 of the Disney colour by number, but the French ones, the really expensive French ones. And it was 29 books, and it was listed at $60. And I was like, there's no way they're selling 29 of these for $60. They're not. They're $60 a piece, which is valid. They come from France. They're very expensive books. But I got, like, for a second there, I was like, oh my god. I do not have money. I would have begged and borrowed if it was $29 for $60. Like, I would have begged and borrowed. And I don't even really do the colour by numbers, but they're just really cute books, so yeah. Right, I'm going to blend that brown one out a bit because this is a little bit more in the shadows, so we don't want intense brown. Like, they're there, but they're not in your face there. They're under a tree leg. I am working in a section that isn't even on camera. Good job, Amy. Professional streamer. Oh. I need a sound alert like Sammy's. Oops, it's again for when she changes scenes, but it's for when I'm like off camera. So you all can go, hello Amy. We can't see what you're doing. Alright, so where's our blue? There's our blue. Got a little bit of a blue plant in here and a little bit of a, I think you're meant to be purple. Can't tell if you're purple or brown. We're going to make you purple. Purple. And then we get our blue and we just go dot 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 dot. These are plants. Again, a lot of these details are so small that you don't even see them. So really just a couple of dots of Posca and it's like, boom, there's some plant texture. That's all it needs. You don't have to be too pedantic with it. It's too far away to really see anything too specific. Like this one here. In fact, I can't really bring you in closer, unfortunately. But literally, I'm just going to like scribble in some dark. Scribble in a bit of darker blue. And I mean literally scribble. I just did small circles. Then we go dot 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 dot. And yes, singing helps. There's our plant. So quick. Boom, boom, boom. Nope, you're blue. We want purple. We're doing tree shadow. Three new books came in yesterday, so I have 4 more coming and already have Buddy and 2 ones that I got yesterday and 1 more coming Tuesday. Yes, I saw that you got Luna and the other one that is like Luna, same publishers. I'm having a mind blank. Crystal Colouring, I think it is. One of those ones. They're gorgeous books. They were actually on the plan to work in this month, but then the month changed plans, but it's okay. We'll get there eventually. Honestly, if I could drive over here still, I would have brought so many more colouring books. The first time I drove over to Sammy's, I brought like literally a bag of colouring books because I used to drive over here. I don't drive anymore. And like there was one time when I was over here and I did unfortunately have a car crash on the way home. So I ended up back at Sammy's for a couple of weeks while I recovered. I walked away with scrapes and bruises. I was totally fine. It was just more, I was shaken up. But we were trying to figure out how to get me home, and I was looking at the bus. And yeah, that's when I first learned about all the luggage stipulations with the bus. And because I had travelled originally by car, I had my walking frame, I had my crutches, I had my suitcase full of stuff, my computer bag full of stuff, another separate bag that was just art supplies, and I brought a lot of them. And I think I also had a box because I had printed out a bunch of colouring books while I was here as well, so I had a box of colouring books. Like, I was taking back so much stuff, and it was like, yeah, I can't fly or bus with this pile of stuff. And so yeah, that's where luckily Sammy drove me home, which was a very long trip, but I was incredibly grateful because I was so nervous going back through that gorge where I crashed. And normally that gorge takes you maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and it took us 2.5 hours because she took it so slow for me, and I was so grateful. Yeah, I do. I really should, like, I feel bad, but there is more and more ending up here. Like, I now have like some shower stuff here, so I don't have to bring across like a big bottle of shower wash or anything like that, because that's all here. Sammy has, like, I wouldn't bring a second monitor anyway, but she has a spare TV monitor that I'm using so I can have a second setup. And there's an extension cord for the internet here, so I can like hardwire in. I don't, like, I brought my Switch, but I don't bring my Switch dock, for example, because she has spare docks. Like, anything that I can avoid bringing, I try to, because she has it here, you know? And she was saying about, like, the cooling pad for my laptop. Might be a good thing for her to grab one here, because she can use it for her laptop, but then it's also here for my laptop, because I'm terrified of using my laptop without the cooling pad now. But yeah, Sammy does actually have some colouring supplies, because of course Sammy does colour as well. So she has her own copy of Alien Worlds. She does have some pencils, and like the Liquitex gold acrylic ink that I love to use. I don't bring that with me because she has a bottle of it that I've spilt on the carpet here. And like, there's like little things that I don't need to bring, but she doesn't have Polychromos pencils, for example, and Poscas and those staples that I use all the time. So yeah, I try to pack thinking about what I'm going to be working on. So like this time I nearly brought one more book, but if I brought that book I would have had to bring my Prismacolors, and that was the only thing I knew for certain I would be doing in Prismacolors. Everything else I knew I could be doing in Polychromos. So my pencils this time is Polychromos, Inktense, and my Caran d'Ache, because the Pablos fit into my backpack nicely, so it's like that will be a bus one, and then the other two containers can go in my suitcase. So I do things like that. I choose what books I'm going to take, and I think about like what I'm going to work on. So I knew I needed to finish off my Mythic World one. I knew I needed to bring Alien Worlds, and I knew I needed to bring Mythomorphia, and all of these involved Inktense and Polys. So I was like, sweet, that's easy. And then the other 3 books was just literally due to size. And then, yeah, the other book that I was looking at bringing, I was thinking of bringing Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, but the page I would work on in there I've been doing with Prisma, and it's like, well, I'm not bringing Prisma because that's just the whole case for one book. No. So yeah, Sammy is MVP. We adore Sammy here. Also, we're being told that it's time for our hourly self-care check-in. So check in with yourself. What can you do to self-care for yourself this hour? I'm going to go and make myself a new cup of tea because this is cold. And there's only one mouthful of coffee left in here, so I'm going to rinse this out and go and get a cup of tea. And keep the hydration up. Do you need to take pain meds? Do you need to hydrate? Do you need to grab a snack? Do you need to grab a new plaster for your finger? Washing in the machine? Dishwasher? What can you do to make things a little easier for yourself this hour? At least move. At least do a little wiggle. But I'll put you on the break screen and we'll be back shortly. Love when I make it back before the ads end. Wait. I will catch up with all that later. Welcome back, everybody, from our self-care check-in. I hope you all took the opportunity to do a little something for yourself to make sure you're looking after yourself. Now you're going to heat up. Get the heat pack re-going. We've got the cup of tea brewing. And we can carry on with this. Over Buddy and Mystic Animals by Straden Peterson and Dark Fantasy by Jade Summer. Nice. Yeah, the no time limit's a good option too. Like, you know, sometimes things happen and pages just take longer than intended. But that's the way it goes sometimes, you know. Again, I only stick to the month if possible, just because
of the YouTubes and doing that monthly wrap-up thing, so it just makes it easier. Plus I do like my stats and stuff monthly, and it just makes it easier for me. But at the same time, if any of my buddies are like, yo, I need more time, it's like, yeah, it's all good, it's all good. The Clara Markova book, that was the other book I was going to bring with me. That one is a Prismacolor book though, but I was going to bring that one because it's hardcover, so it's really handy for colouring on the bus, because I couldn't bring like a board, or last time I took a bag on the bus I had like a little lap board that I put in there so that I had a hard surface to colour on, and I couldn't do that this time. I was just going to improvise, but then I just ended up napping the whole trip anyway, so didn't matter. You had to put the washing in the dryer. Glad to hear that you did it though. Good on you. I made a cup of tea. That was my self-care this break. And a little check-in with Sammy. See how she's doing. Probably should put on a load of washing some point. I did put the dishwasher on before though. Actually that should be done, so it can be unloaded at some stage. Okay. So we're really up to this section, but I think I might start on this section and work that section down, and then we'll work the middle section up, because we've also got the gradient to deal with here, so it's a little bit more difficult. So we'll start at the top up here. That is completely blown out, so let's just move that light right back. Sorry about the shaky cam. And we'll start at the top here. Here she is, looking gorgeous. Oh, that's what I had to do. Sorry, 2 seconds. Oh yeah, I can't use my fingerprint because I've got a plaster on there. Which also reminds me I need to add plasters to the list because I took the last 2 in the bathroom. Okay. That's not the email I was expecting, but I need to have a look at that. Was that me looking at my stuff? It might have been me looking at my stuff. Alright, apologies about that. I was expecting an email and I have not got it. It's okay. I try to do that sort of stuff on the break, but of course I was making a cup of tea on the break, so I didn't get to. Oh, we're heated. Good, good. Wasn't meant to buy anything, but the colouring fairy came. She's Trixie, that colouring fairy. Her gifts are well received, and we do love them, but she really does like to spend your money at the worst times sometimes. Alright, let's see if we can get more of this done. And our pink.
appreciate that. But yeah, I do try to not look at my phone during stream. It's a distraction most of the time. Is the reason why I leave it on silent too, because otherwise it's just ding, 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 and then I just swipe off a bunch of stuff because I'm like, don't care. I need to kind of go through and clean up a lot of my notifications. That'll help me get less overwhelmed by my phone, which is another reason why I do try to kind of just wait to the ad break and then clear it, and then it's not so overwhelming as well. But then sometimes I don't, or sometimes there's a specific thing I need to look at. I don't need my hair on the picture though. And scribble on the blue. Then dook 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 dook. Actually, we could do all the bits on here too, because I ignored them before. Now I know what I'm doing. Since we're here, we can colour in those ones quickly. And we're going to extend up those dots just a little bit because there's a bit of a smudge there, so that will cover up the smudge. And once again, I may have to go back over this once I put the glitter down because those are fiddly little areas to work around with glitter, so it may be easier just to glitter the whole thing and then go back over the Posca. Your phone lives on Do Not Disturb? Yeah, my phone lives on silent most of the time. I'll put it on noise if I know a phone call's coming. Trying to get into the habit as well as if Sammy pops out, putting it on noise. As I learned yesterday when she tried to ring me and then I missed the call because it was on silent.
So rude.
Otherwise it's just ding, 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 ding all day. And nothing annoys me more. Alright. So let's work on this big pink section of tree. Do 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 do. Since we're here, we'll just go over the bushes. See, again, because we did all that basing with the Inktense, we don't have to cover up the whole thing, which does make it much quicker. Because we're just really deepening our shadows and pulling out our highlights. Just adding in some extra contrast, you know? Now, do you have to sit down at some point and actually start cutting out some squares of baking paper and start putting them in between the pages of this book, because we are getting to that point. We've got one obviously on the page directly behind, so they don't transfer to each other, but I need to start doing it specifically. I get little bursts of doing it and then I just like and then I stop doing it for a while,
I did do all the Mythomorphia after those 2 pages stuck together. We almost had a disaster. Almost. Is my tea brewed yet? Hot. Still needs to steep a bit more. Alright, let's get some purple. How's the waffles versus pen decision going, Smalt? So a lot of this pink is really being used just to clean up little areas, intensify pink in some areas where it might be a bit splotchy, and also where it might be close to plants and I might have missed. Just really doesn't need a lot. And now we can start doing our highlighting. I cover all my gel pens, paint pens and markers that yellow and plastic sleeves to make the side of the book. Yeah, I've seen that technique and it's quite good for the like the A4 style pages. I thought that was quite clever for, but yeah, for like a book like this where it's not quite A4, it's not going to quite work. But I'm just using baking paper because I've got tons of it. It's like I've got multiple rolls of baking paper, so it's like, well, I've already got it, I just have to cut it to size. And then I'm still trying to investigate how to seal the pictures, but I have had some excellent advice on what I could use, so it's in the future we will be grabbing some actual sealing spray, and then I will go through my book, because like when I finish Mythomorphia, there will, like, once I colour the final image, then I'm going to spend some time going through the book and just doing cleanup. So, like, just, like, any edges that might have been missed, because there are pages I coloured before the book split, and there's, like, a really obvious gap down the side. Just, like, erasing any transfer that might have occurred. Just a bit of cleanup before I get it rebound, which I've still got to figure out how to get it rebound as well. But again, we've still got a while to go. I did actually sit down and work out Mythomorphia. So in Mythomorphia, I have 19 spreads left, so 11 double pages and 8 single pages. So it really is on the home stretch.
And I've got a buddy in there next month, plus I've got a whip that I'm also going to finish off, so that'll be 2 double page spreads done. Because myself and Mindful Griff both want to try and smash out a bunch in that book before the new Kerby comes, and Cindy has also done a bit in the book, so we're just going to work together and aim to try and get a couple of pages done each month in it. And just try and smash out the last of the book, which is really exciting. But not at the pressure that I put on myself last year that caused me to get burnt out on Mythomorphia, because I don't want to burn out on it again, and I don't want to rush pages just for the sake of rushing pages, so yeah. Do you have Officeworks in New Zealand? Yeah, we have the We Are Stationery, and they can definitely do it. But I don't think I want to get the spiral bound, plasticky type binding. I think I want to get it properly glue bound and sewn properly. And there are places that will do it, not in my hometown though. But yeah, and it will need to be done with like archival safe glue and stuff like that. Like there are specialist bookbinders out there, and I think it would be worthwhile to get it properly rebound. But I have to still investigate and talk to people about that, figure out how much it's going to cost. But that again is very far away, because we've still got a bit of work to do in it. But yeah, I know I can just pop over to the We Are Stationery and just get them to spiral bound it. I can do it at work. Sammy can also do it at work. Like, that part's easy if I go that route. And it's like, well, maybe I just learn to glue bind books myself. Just do it myself. It'd be quite cool to learn how to bind books, because it's inevitable that it's going to happen again. I already have other colouring books that are falling apart, so it could be quite handy to learn how to actually bind a book. Yeah, it will be expensive, but I think it'll be worth it, because like so much work and so much love has gone into Mythomorphia, and I would love for it to be properly celebrated. And if I go for the circle binding, they're just gonna cut into the side, and yeah. Like glue binding will still lose just a little bit, but yeah. I think it'll be worth it, but again, this is like way down the line. We've got to finish the book first. Oh, a little bit over there, but that's fine. It'll be covered when we do the actual creature. Because I did also look into getting the punch that a lot of people use to disbind colouring books, which is still quite a clever way to do it. And then you can like remove colouring pages to work on them and then put them back in. And I quite like that system, but it's the same thing. Like, it's gonna take away a section of the book unless it's one where the picture doesn't go all the way to the edge of the paper. And yeah, just because I've got like quite a few colouring books that are falling apart, so it could be quite a handy thing to learn how to do myself, but like we'd need to do some testers. We're not testing on Mythomorphia. Dear God. No. We do some testers first. but it'll be a process because I also have to figure out like what glue I can use that won't affect the pages, which Mod Podge is archival and wouldn't affect the pages, so that could be an option. None of your books are falling apart from colouring in them, but I do have some falling apart from when I used to rip out the pages of the book. Yeah. Most of my books are not too bad. I just have a real tendency to really crack the spines because I like want to work right in the gap. And in doing so, if it's a glue bound book, you're breaking the glue binding. So like this one here being sewn, this one's actually better. And that's why, so with Kerby, his UK versions, so any with the U on the front, they're sewn, and I prefer them because they're less likely to fall apart for me. Some people, the sewing does fall apart. However, I find the glue bound books, which are the American versions, those ones fall apart for me, and they are the ones that are falling apart. My UK versions, like this one's holding on absolutely fine. Now, granted, it's not as old or as worked in as Mythomorphia, but I have done a lot of work in here, and I do work right up to the spine. So, it's doing all right considering, but, yeah. If I had the choice, I'd try to go for the UK version, but sometimes we just get what we get. Oh my gosh, y'all, I was at the warehouse the other day, which is like New Zealand's Target, and they had just stocked up on Kerby. They got in a bunch of new Kerby books, and they used to sell Kerby books at like $28, and they had them all for $15, $10 to $15. They had a bunch of his like Imagimorphia, they had some Mythomorphia, had a bunch of the Morphia ones. It's like, wow, good deal. So yeah, they must have got like some sort of deal or something. So if you're and they did have Alien Worlds at my one too, and it was only 15, so it wasn't bad. So if you're interested in getting some Kerby and you're in New Zealand, look at the warehouse. Right, so I think I actually want to go for this colour. I want a more darker yellow. Let's see how you go. Not even really that noticeable. Cool. Don't really want to go for orange though. Maybe we will go for ochre. Cool, can barely see you too. Cool, 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 cool. Alright. Bistre. And I don't think I want to use... Oh, I do need to use a little bit of black just to tie it in together, but we're going to have to be really careful with the black here because the black is going to just oversaturate this yellow. But we need a little bit of black just to tie it together. Just in like the darkest areas. I'm working in Enchanted Earth by Malpamini Chatsabanagatu. Nice. Enchanted Earth is a very pretty book. She's got a new one coming out, I think at the end of this year, start of next year. Dream Voyage, I think it's called. Da 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 da. Yeah, I did a page in, I think it might have been Nature Mandalas last month by Malpamini, and I used the Staedtler Triplus fine liners in it. It was so nice. I did the jellyfish. Cool, there's that one, and then yes, the singing helps. Should have really done the shading up there first. Oh well. Cool, here's another whole section done. Alright, let's get this section done now. Tea. So warm and cozy. The only problem with drinking so much tea is it makes you wanna pee. she's an auto buyer for you now. That's valid. She has a really nice style. Last time I got hospitalized, I had Alien Worlds and her books on me. I think I had Nature Mandalas is the one I had on me. It was Circle of Life I worked in last month. But yeah, Nature Mandalas and Alien Worlds on me when I got hospitalized for 5 days. So ended up doing a bit in those 2 books because again, they were the only books I had on me. But it's really nice. Do, 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 do. I forgot to put my weather channel in Celsius before I switch from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So anyway, I go to the weather channel app to check tomorrow's weather, and as the temperature saying 23 degrees, I'm like, what? It can't be that cold. 23 Celsius, yeah, very different temperature there. Booked yet, but maybe I'll reach out after. Yeah. Always perfection. Feel free to hit me up. A friend of mine is hosting a Pirate Borg one-shot. Do I sit and listen or do I dive head first and play? I reckon you should dive in and play. It sounds like a blast. Especially if you're a gun-wielding pirate. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, what have you got to lose by just diving in and playing? Sounds like it could be a lot of fun. Do, 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 do. Alright, next section. Oh, I should have done that one when I did that one. Oh well, we'll pull out. We'll pull the Posca back out in a minute. So much purple pink. played with 2 of the other table mates before in the DM. I may have died during one of those games. Oh my goodness. I mean, if it's a one shot, it's like, just go hard. Just have fun. I mean, it's up to you, obviously, and it's what you feel comfortable with, but yeah, it could be really fun to try. I bit my cuticles off perfection. And they're a little raw, which is why I've got the plasters over them. Like, they're absolutely fine. It's just, you know, it's my colouring hand and it's a close-up that you'll see on stream, so it's like I should probably cover these because they're a little raw. Fantasy Pirates of the Apocalypses. What could go wrong? Exactly. You'll be fine. Everything's fine. It's not like it's the apocalypse and... Oh, right. What is Kirby's book coming out next year? I've heard people talk about it, but I've never heard the title of it. Oh god, what is the title? I think it's called Dark Fantasy. It is a fairy tale, or it might be dark fairy tale. It's a fairy tale inspired colouring book. So yeah, there's a lot of people that are very excited for it. It is... There's been sneak peeks that Kirby's been showing on his Instagram, and it does look really neat. So, yeah. It's like the moment I can pre-order it, I'm pre-ordering it. It's an auto buy for me. All of Kirby's books are anyway. He has 2 more compilation books coming out before then, though, just so you don't get confused. There is, it might be called Beautiful Beasts. It's like Kirby's selection. It's the same as the Wonderful Animals one that came out recently. It's just a collection of like his favorite beast pages and stuff like that. And then there's a 10-year book coming out as well to celebrate him illustrating for 10 years now. That will have a collection of images across all of them. It's also going to have some coloured examples at the front, and there's a couple of exclusives in there, including a fold out like quadruple page spread. That is going to be an exclusive of the book, so that will also be pre-orders for me. I've got to head off for a shower and then head down to my grandparents. Have a good rest of stream. Thank you, Andromeda. I hope you have a wonderful time. Drive safe. I can word. And thank you so much for being here, lovely. And we will have to catch up and play some Stardew at some point. Yeah, it looks really, really good. But also I'm a big Kirby fan, and it was going to be an auto buy regardless. Like, I adore Kirby's work, and I adore what I produce in Kirby's work, so I'm a bit biased. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are waiting for it to come out and talking very eagerly about it, so... Yeah, and that is absolutely valid, you know? Like, I know there's a lot of people who don't like the detail of Kirby's books and, you know, would rather stick to more simpler illustrations, and that's valid. Colour what you love. Again, all colouring is valid, and there's so much wonderful art out there and wonderful illustrations that you can find something that works for you and what you want to colour. And, like, there are times when I'm like, oh, I just can't handle doing a Kirby because I want to colour something simpler. I love his work, but I'll be the first to admit it's freaking detailed. Kirby just holds a special place in my heart because that was the first adult colouring book that I found where that just made me go, oh, this is what colouring can be. So, and that was Mythomorphia, which is why Mythomorphia is also special to me, because that was my first one that just went, oh, I get it. And if I hadn't have found, it was like the same week I got Mythomorphia from the warehouse and I found Colouring Heaven in the magazine store under me. And that week, and that was the fantasy Creatures of the Night special featuring Sarah Richter, which has a lot of portraiture, which is what I used to draw. So I found that one, and I was like, oh my god, this is just like my art style. And then I found Kirby's book and I was like, oh, this is so cool. You know, because I was expecting colouring books to be Joanna Basford or like little kid colouring books. And then that was the week I was like, I could go into this hard. And I brought those two and I started working in them. I started with the Sarah Richter one. That's got some really old colouring in the front of the book. I didn't touch Mythomorphia for ages because I was intimidated by it and I didn't want to ruin it because it's like, this is so beautiful. And then eventually I just was like, screw it. And I went into it. Oh, that's better. I just need to get my hair up. It's irritating me. Okie dokie. Alright, 2 seconds, folks. Alright, let's see if we can get this last little section in here done, and then that's where we're going to call it for today. Let's see if we can do all these little nubbly bits. I don't know what to call these. I was sharing your travel stories with Di. Oh, you know Mythomorphia, Amy's favourite colouring book, that's what I love. Yeah, well, she packed oopsies of balls on top without checking how sealed they were, and with no way to check it now until Gisborne. Yep. Yeah, that was a little bit of a like, oh shite, when I realised. There was 5 a.m. Amy being like, cool, done with shower stuff, chucked it into suitcase, sealed up suitcase, and it wasn't until about 10 a.m. that I was like, uh-oh. Because normally I'd put them in a Ziploc bag. And I did not because Amy was sleepy. Because it was 5 a.m. And then, yeah, it was a case of, okay. And I was going to see if I could check them in Hamilton because I transferred buses at Hamilton. But it was literally get off a bus and then get onto the new bus. I was very grateful I didn't have to stop and go to the bathroom. Because by the time we got there, it was like 5 minutes later that the bus left. So I wouldn't have even had time to go to the bathroom. Mythomorphia was my first Kirby book, and I've done 2 pages now, but my favourite is Animorphia. I've done 4 pages, with both of them being 2-page spreads. Nice! Yeah, obviously Mythomorphia is my most worked Kirby. I've done a little bit in Worlds Within Worlds, but I think I've done more in Alien Worlds now, technically. Yeah. It's just fun. I like it. But yeah, it was definitely a oopsie. And then also realizing my dress was on inside out. I was like, oh, come on, Amy. Luckily, it wasn't really noticeable. Such a classic Amy move, though. And then we'll just do a couple of dots of brown here for this plant. Shade in my bed shading here, make that all hidden and give some shadowing to the areas that need shadow. That should be in brown and black. I just went over the wet Posca and it just grabbed the pencil like crazy, so we'll just redot that in. It's fine. Can't even tell. And there we go. And that is where we're going to call it today. I feel like that's quite a bit of progress that we have done on the page. Let's zoom you back out of it. So yeah, we got all of that side shading done, and we got about halfway across here. We did the back section as well, so these just around here, up here, and the creatures. So because it's a lot more of this same old just pottering away, I may try and do some of this during the time that we're off, because just a reminder, there is no stream on Tuesday. Thank you for the success. But yes, there is no stream on Tuesday, so I might try and get some more of this stuff done so that when we come back, all we have left to do is the creatures and the main creature. I may get inspired and just finish it off camera, which I'll try not to do, but also next Friday's stream is also the last day of the month, so I don't know if I want to leave this all to the last minute. But yeah, we'll see if we can get through a bit more. If we don't finish it, we don't finish it, but we'll just see how the week goes. You never know, maybe there'll be some impromptu streams. I don't know, we'll see how we go. But yeah, as I said, no stream on Tuesday, and yeah, I hope you are all doing well out there. I thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a wonderful, relaxing time. I've once again had an absolute blast colouring with you and getting some more progress done on this page. It's really starting to come together. I can like see it forming, so I'm really excited to get this page finished. I just love this book. I want to do all the alien worlds. But yes, thank you so much for being here. Where's my phone? There's my phone. Let's just do a quick little look-see and see who's on, who we can raid into. Okay. Alright. Well, since we did mention them before, we will go and raid into Brookie Bear. However, I will give the warning, Brookie Bear is dressed in and does operate with a clown aesthetic. So if you are somebody who is not comfortable around clowns, please feel free to not join this raid. They are doing some drawing at the moment. So I feel like that would be a cool place to go and raid. And it's a lovely community over there. But again, if you're not comfortable with clowns, please feel free to bounce out. Please always keep yourself safe. It's the same thing when anytime we raid. If you're not comfortable following the raid, that's quite alright. You don't have to. It's just a bit of fun. But for those of you on YouTube, this is where we will leave you. And let's get this started. To following. We'll get this started. They're drawing a witch at the moment, so... Oh, okay, we have content warnings. Okay, no. Love, but we won't raid into there because of content warnings. Let's just snooze these ads. Ignore what I just said. We will not be raiding over there. We need to find a safe place to go to. I don't have anyone else on. You know what? We'll just end it. We'll just end it anyway. We're going to be bouncing out, so I won't be hanging around anyway. So we'll just end it there. Easy peasy. We don't have to raid. But yes, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you all. And yeah, I will try to pop around a bit more on the Discord. In the meantime, Instagram is the best place to follow me. I'm usually kind of good about posting on my stories. Instagram's usually the place that's the easiest to find me. But yeah, take care of yourself, look after yourself, make sure you stay hydrated, take your meds. Meds are important, and I'll catch you all on Friday. Where's my ending screen? There's my ending screen.